watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices on this Wednesday, August 21st. Good evening, I'm Chris Palermo, and here's what's happening. A Pahrump woman is now arrested following covering her body in the Skittles drink packet mix and blocking traffic here in town while being fully nude. News 25 has more.
On Wednesday, August 14th at around 2 p.m., deputies were dispatched to the area of Betty Avenue here in Pahrump in reference to a lewdness call. Dispatch advised that they had received numerous calls regarding a white female adult completely naked in the roadway. The nude female appeared to be under the influence of an unknown substance and was blocking traffic. Upon arrival to the scene, the female adult, later identified as Valerie Coleman, was sitting naked, exposing all of her parts. According to the declaration, Coleman appeared to be under the influence of an unknown narcotic and allegedly was not making any sense and kept saying she had cuts all over her face and that her body and skin was burning. Deputies did not observe any cuts or lacerations to her body. Coleman did, however, rub Skittles liquid-flavored drink mix all over her head and body. Deputies asked Coleman if she had taken any illegal narcotics or if she had taken any prescription drugs, and she responded saying no. Coleman said she took all of her clothes off and got naked because she was hot. Deputies arrested Coleman and booked her into the Nye County Detention Center, where she was facing 2 charges, the first charge being indecent exposure, and the second charge is intoxicated pedestrian in the road. While she was at the detention center, 2 more charges were added to her arrest. Because while she was conducting a female change on behalf of the detention center, Coleman was hesitant to enter the room and comply to the change out, and she advised that she was not going to follow any of the verbal commands by deputies. According to the declaration, on the last step of the change out, Coleman refused to face the wall and posted her body up at the detectives, with her feet square and her fists balled up and arms crossed. Deputies warned Coleman if she did not follow the verbal commands, they were going to assist her in facing the wall. As deputies approached Coleman, who was still not listening to the commands, Coleman wrapped her left arm around the neck of one of the detectives in an attempt to place them in a headlock. The deputy ducked under Coleman's arm, gaining control and bringing Coleman to the ground. Coleman continued to pull away and was placed in handcuffs. She later had the 2 charges of battery on a protected person and resisting a public officer added to her arrest.
More news now. Today marks day 6 of the Robert Tellis murder trial. Defense attorney Robert Draskovich continues to call witnesses. Ava Parducci has more.
Today is day 6 of the Robert Tellis trial, former Las Vegas public administrator on trial for the murder of journalist Jeff German. Yesterday, the defense called 2 witnesses, Dr. Mark Chambers, a clinical psychologist that discussed the impacts of severe criminal accusations on individuals, and Tracy Migliore, a witness who testified to having seen a man matching the description of the suspect in the surveillance footage, walking in the park. Her testimony was used to support the defense's claim that someone else could have been involved in the crime. On cross-examination, the prosecution scrutinized her recollection and the credibility of her notes. Today, the first witness was Robert Aguero, cell phone data analyst, who testified that in the month before the murder, Tellis's phone did not ping any towers near German's home. He explained how cell phones connect to the strongest signal rather than the nearest tower, and detailed the limitations of tracking phone locations with available data. He also disclosed only being presented with cell phone data from the month of August, despite the murder happening in September. More information to come tomorrow.
And a 15-year-old girl has now succumbed to her injuries in Arizona after stealing her mother's vehicle. Rory Rosell has more.
An Arizona mother is at a loss after she says her unlicensed 15-year-old took her car keys while she was asleep and then died after she crashed into a tree. Stacy Stembridge's 15-year-old daughter, Anna Marie, died in a car crash at around 4:15 a.m. on Saturday. Police say the unlicensed teenager drove off the road and crashed into a tree in Phoenix, according to reports. The mother says Anna Marie took her keys and drove off in her car while she was asleep, something she never thought would happen. In a post on GoFundMe, she says the teenager was going around 90 miles an hour when she crashed. Her boyfriend, who was also in the car with her, was hospitalized and is in critical condition with injuries that include 2 broken legs and a broken collarbone. Stenbridge said Anna Marie had just begun learning how to drive from a friend days earlier and worries that gave her the confidence to take the vehicle. The mother is now urging other parents with kids without licenses to consider hiding or locking away car keys. It is something that she wishes that she did. Arizona police say the crash still remains under investigation.
Clark County is probably home to Nellis Air Force Base, and it's that time of the week when our News 25 Las Vegas correspondent Maria Centers joins us from the base.
In an explosive twist, Nellis Air Force Base offers U.S. airmen the chance to explore different specialized jobs within the U.S. military at one of the most powerful places on the planet. Now let's check in with U.S. Senior Airman Sage Hattery and Senior Airman Alpha Tyler Jr. about their experiences flipping from journeyman to specialist and back to specialist from journeyman.
What's up, man? What's up? You ever become a sear specialist today? Sir. Wait, let's do it. So you just turn this bad guy to start it? Shut it. And then all the way back is in drive. So push put on the brake. That puts you in high. We're at the drop zone now. So we can go ahead and pull the razor and start pulling our drop zone duties. You ready to give it a shot? I hope so. It's pretty hot out here, man. That'll be pretty hot, but it's going to be exciting to see, people jump out of the plane and fly through the sky.
The 2 airmen took the opportunity to learn firsthand other career paths for a day that Nellis Air Force Base has to offer.
Airman Tyler and me just made a bliss shelter up here. We're going to do a little invasion movement over to it, see if these drones that are flying over here can see us on a little bit of different imagery, see how well we did with making our shelter. You ready for it? Kind of scary. All right, let's get after it. We're going to go down in here, try to keep a low profile, all right? Walk as quiet as you can. Pretty comfy in there? Kind of is, not going to lie.
Nellis is home to the U.S. Air Force Warfare Center, which is the biggest and most demanding advanced air combat training mission worldwide.
You ready to heat stuff up and cool some stuff down? Oh, I am. I'm ready. You got any work for us that we do? I definitely got some work for you. So what I'm about to hand you is a work task. People around the base put in work tasks to get stuff fixed. In this situation, we got somebody in the dorms that's hot. But not only that, we're going to send you to the top of the BX, of course, to do some preventive maintenance, belts, filters, to get just a little taste of what we do for HVAC. Cool? Hey, South Sea, go away. Yes, sir.
Nellis Air Force Base has been coined as the toughest kid on the block.
What we have here is a reefer report. So right here, you just have like a couple of things for technicians. I put my name, you can just put your name. All we would do is just email it to them and call it a day. I didn't realize that you guys go on the roof that often and it's hot up there. Mm-hmm. So that was pretty interesting to see that the wide variety of systems worked on. So that was cool. Honestly, I think it's probably one of the coolest experiences I've had in a day in the Air Force so far. When I got to use the compass, he showed me how to track the wind and all that good stuff. And then seeing everybody jump out of the plane, I think was also really cool. Best part of the day for me, which thought it would be the worst part, was when y'all had me hiding from the drones. That was, in my head, it's like, wow, this is probably going to be, in real life, this would be a scary situation.
On behalf of everyone here at KPVM Television, thank you so much for your service. Proudly reporting from Nellis Air Force Base, I'm Maria Centers with News 25 Las Vegas.
Thank you very much, Maria. Now, coming up, 2 words you may not be ready for. That's pumpkin spice. We'll tell you all about it. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Well, the moment all Starbucks lovers have been waiting for is here. The fall flavors will be back on the menu tomorrow. News 25 has the details.
Starbucks is ushering fall earlier this year with the return of its pumpkin spice latte and other seasonal favorites on Thursday, August 22nd. The popular pumpkin spice latte, which has been a fan favorite since 2003, is joined by new offerings such as the Iced Apple Crisp non-dairy cream chai. Returning classics include the pumpkin spice cold brew, iced pumpkin cream chai, pumpkin crisp oat milk macchiato, and the iced apple crisp oat milk shaken espresso. There is also exclusives to the Starbucks app, such as the iced caramel apple cream latte and the iced honey apple oat milk flat white. For a sweet treat, you can also try the new raccoon cake pop or enjoy any of the other returning bakery items, such as the pumpkin cream cheese muffin, the baked apple croissant, or the pumpkin loaf. Starbucks fall flavors will also be returning in grocery stores, featuring new and returning items like the pumpkin spice flavored coffee by Nespresso, creamers, and ready-to-drink beverages. So head on down to either of the two locations here in Pahrump on 160, opening at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning.
More news now. The Nye County School District Board of Trustees has adopted a new set of strategies to foster academic excellence. Ava Parducci has more.
The Nye County School District Board of Trustees has introduced new strategic goals aimed at boosting student achievement and creating a more effective learning environment for children. The updated goals, developed using the 4 disciplines of execution framework, the discipline of focus, the discipline of leverage, the discipline of engagement, and the discipline of accountability, will work together to focus on clarity, measurability, and accountability for students and teachers. Key objectives include improving academic performance, enhancing school safety and cleanliness, and optimizing resources. By the end of the 2024-2025 school year, the district plans to have 80% of instructional staff using essential standards and school sites meeting maintenance guidelines. Superintendent Dr. Joseph Gent expressed enthusiasm for these goals, which will be regularly monitored and reported to ensure progress. Trustee Chelsea Silva highlighted the collaborative process in setting these actionable goals and anticipates significant improvements in the district's performance and unity over the next 5 years.
And if you can believe it, 60 years ago, Beatlemania came to Las Vegas, and our resident rocker, Mikey Ruhan, reports.
It was 60 years ago today. Well, yesterday, August 20th, 1964. The Beatles, John, Paul, George, and Ringo, landed at 1 a.m. at the old McCarran Field at McCarran International Airport, from where they were driven to the Sahara Hotel. 2,000 fans defied the city curfew to see them arrive. The group spent the morning in their 18th floor penthouse suite before leaving at 2:30 p.m. for a sound check. The Beatles performed 2 shows at the Las Vegas Convention Center at 4 p.m. and 9 p.m., each of which was seen by 8,000 people. The set was the standard set throughout the tour. Songs like Twist and Shout, She Loves You, I Wanna Hold Your Hand. Beatlemania was so crazy. After the second concert, the Beatles were advised to stay away from casinos after police concerns that underage fans would be tempted to follow them.
Thank you, Mikey. Pat Lemming with Never Forgotten Animal Society is here to talk about an adorable, loving dog named Aurora that is up for adoption.
Today's Rescue a Pet segment is brought to you by Da Shop, the largest selection of vapes in a variety of flavors and accessories. Stop by and get treated with the Aloha spirit.
Hi everyone, this is Pat with Never Forgotten Animal Society at 3091 North David Street in Pahrump, Nevada. I would like to introduce you to a very, very sweet girl. This is Aurora. She is a Husky German Shepherd mix, and she is probably one of the sweetest dogs I've ever met. She is such a good, sweetheart girl. She wants to be with you. She wants to be loved. She wants to be held. She wants to play, and boy, does she like her belly rubbed. She is going to be more of a Velcro dog than probably anything else, simply because she loves being around people so much. She was found running here in Pahrump and with her 4 sisters and her mother, and they're all here at the shelter. You're welcome to come visit them anytime. We're open Monday through Saturday from 10 until 5 every day. And no appointment is necessary. So if you're interested in a Husky Shepherd mix, you're more than welcome to come on over. They're here, and no appointment is necessary for you to come in and see them. You silly. So adoption fees are $250 for any of our adult dogs, and that includes her spay, microchip, all of her vaccinations, and rabies certificate. And that is for any of our adult dogs. It's $350 for a puppy, and that includes all the same things: spay, neuter, microchip, all of their vaccinations, and rabies certificate. You're welcome to come in anytime, and we do give a 20% discount for military and a 20% discount for emergency personnel. So if you are in either one of those professions, you're welcome to come on in and take advantage of that. We are open again Monday through Saturday from 10 until 5 every day. And this is Aurora, and she's available here at Never Forgotten Animal Society at 3091 North David Street in Pahrump, Nevada. Come on and meet her. I think you'll be impressed.
Sports and weather and more local stories coming up. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. Las Vegas local Olympian Katie Grimes has quite the hometown heroes welcome on Tuesday.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV. And now on Roku devices, the Aviators put the loss in Las Vegas last night. Reno Aces 2, Aviators 1, rematch this evening at 6:35. Tuesday was a hero's welcome for one local Olympian as Las Vegas celebrated native Katie Grimes for her performance in Paris. On Tuesday, she was awarded the key to the Las Vegas Strip by Governor Joe Lombardo at the State of the Chamber event for the Henderson Chamber of Commerce. Las Vegas Aces returned to the court this evening. They welcomed the Minnesota Lynx. Las Vegas Raiders welcomed the San Francisco 49ers this Friday. And Pahrump Valley Trojans boys soccer are at Moapa Valley High School. That game is in progress. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
That's the Lerner and Rowe Weather Cam on a Wednesday, looking out to Mount Charleston right here in Pahrump. So we were talking about pumpkin spice and Starbucks. You may want to warm up, a little chilly coming up Thursday and Friday morning.
Good evening, Nevada. I'm Rory Rosell here from the Channel 25 Weather Studios and streaming everywhere at KPVM.TV and now Roku. Tikkenlea, Nevada, right up in northern Nevada, Fernley is at 89 degrees, Fallon is at 90 degrees, Carson City at 84, Tonopah 87, Goldfield at 90 degrees, Beatty at 99, Amargosa at 105, Las Vegas at 104, and Death Valley is at 117 degrees. But here in the Paradise of Pahrump, it is currently 101 degrees. The high today just a little while ago is 102. It was sunny today, wind blowing south-southwest at 15 miles per hour, humidity 6%, and the sun rose this morning at 6:07 and is going to set tonight at 7:26 p.m. The humidity raises up to 9% and the wind blows tonight at southeast at 11 miles per hour. The low tonight's going to be 78 degrees and with clear skies. Let's take a look at the rest of the week. It looks like there's going to be sunny skies throughout the rest of this week. Into next week, there is a little bit of wind throughout the rest of this week and a few clouds next Tuesday, but we're going to be staying in the 90s throughout the rest of this week and 89 on Saturday. But next Tuesday, we go back up into triple digits, and I hope everybody is going to enjoy that little dip in the weather and enjoy their pumpkin spice. Back to the desk, here's Chris.
Thank you, Miss Rosell. And it's hard to believe that, well, just a few weeks ago, we were up to 117 degrees. there's a change in the air. That'll just about do it for all of us here tonight. News 25, I'm Chris Palermo. Make it a great night.